Hey everybody, so I have an extra special showcase for you today. I have right in front of me a Shapeways 3D printed Kenworth T370 CrewCab. Now the project started out with the idea of a Western hauler, versatile hauler, however you want to call it. Basically with the headache rack and the aluminum gooseneck bed on the back. So I did a lot of project planning for this one. I bought two DCP frames. One was too long, so I scrapped, well, I'm not going to say scrapped that one, I just put that one away. And I thought, okay, let me get a shorter one. So I bought the shorter DCP single axle frame. Turns out it was too short, so the bed portion did not fit. So anyways, carried on the project, had to carry on the project without it. So most of which what you see is all 3D printed. The inside came, the interior came as a separate piece. The outer shell, or the outer body, fuel tank, the step right there, all had to buy those individually. And okay, let me show you the opposite side. So keeping in mind this was all of my own design and putting together. So at the moment the cab is still adhesing to the actual frame. But let me show you. Sorry, my hand's shaking. It's a little bit of a trick to trying to balance this out without unloosening it. Okay, so let me see if I can do it quick. I'm using 3M double adhesive to bond it, as well as just Testors plastic to plastic modeling glue. So we're doing it very slowly. As you can see, it's almost, what is the word, translucent or transparent, where you can see right through it. I decided early on I wasn't going to put any paint down on this, and you know, when it comes down to paints, it's always a tricky thing. Not to mention this thing wasn't exactly cheap. The shell, about 30 bucks. No, I take back, about 36. The interior, about 20. So the price, including all of the materials, even if I didn't use it, is going to come up to the upper 200. So this piece right here alone maybe would be worth about 100 some odd, but yeah, it was a pretty pricey project. So I had to get all of the details, the dimensions just right. So much to the point where you really can't see it, but the windows, when you buy these, they get delivered to your door with no windows at all. It's completely open. So to give that feel of realism and to keep the dust out a bit, I had to cut to shape. I had a Funko Pop I bought the other day, and the plastic that they put in it to hold the figure inside, well, I trimmed it and made makeshift windows. All of which, except for the driver and passenger, those were a trick, so I thought, no, I'm going to forget about it. So the rear passengers and the back wall, as well as the front, have plastic windshield. So, and the step boxes, I had to decide, okay, how am I going to get these, where am I going to put them, how am I going to do them? So thankfully, this DCP came with the chrome steps already on the back. I just had to figure out the front two. Of course, they're recessed quite a ways, but it's better than nothing. So for this empty void right here, if you've never been to Shapeways, I do recommend, if you're planning a project build of your own, check them out. They have a pickup truck camper in the 1/64th. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention this scale right here is 1/64th. In the 1/64th scale, which I'm probably going to get that it would sit right on the back, and then the cab over part would come right over the top of the cab of the Kenworth. So it looks like there's no clearance in the wheels, but actually there is a bit of, actually a pretty good amount of roll. Pretty good amount of roll to the wheels. They just sit outboard a little, that's all. But I mean, you can get a shapeways frame, but those things are extremely fragile, extremely fragile. So getting the chassis together, designing, engineering, how I was going to get this was the biggest challenge of the whole project. I'm happy with it. I just got to be very careful in the lifting it up and down. So again, there's tester's glue right under the back of the cab, sitting it to the frame. Under the front driver and passenger, it's just the double adhesive, like black tape. The kind that they use to adhese emblems to cars, pretty much. It's not Scotch tape, not Scotch tape. It's a rubberized. If you go to Office Depot or Staples and ask for it, they'll show it to you. Anyways, all in all, very cool. This, I plan to buy one of these when I come into some money, get a big spread of land, whether it be a retirement gift or whatever, what have you. I am looking forward to actually getting a real, like a Schwab CrewCab of some sort. I don't know. I love these to death, and putting together the project, I truly had fun doing it. For what it is right now, I am glad. I'm proud of it. So thank you guys for joining me.